Now let's look at the device called galvanometer, what it is. Now I'll say a galvanometer is a moving coil indicator device used to indicate the flow of current. So based on that definition, you recall the theory of electromagnetic induction or electromagnetism. And what does electromagnetism say? Electromagnetism is saying that where you have when you have a magnetic field, these two bars here are north and south bars of a magnet. So when you are able to generate a magnetic field, and then there is a conductor placed on that magnetic field, a conductor of a certain length and area placed on that magnetic field. Now, the theory of a electromagnetic induction or electromagnetic force says that if a current is passed through that conductor, the conductor will experience a force. Will experience what? A force. So it is that theory of electromagnetism or electromagnetic induction that is used in the design of a galvanometer. So a galvanometer has its magnetic field generated by a permanent magnet, and then it has a conductor, a coil of wire placed on the magnetic field generated by those two magnets. So if this switch is closed and current flows through that coil will experience a force. So depending on the direction of the current, the galvanometer, this coil will either move this pointer to the right or to the left, depending on the direction or polarity of the current that flows in. So this idea is used to design an indicator instrument that we find in our stabilizers and some extension sockets, in which they are there to use to indicate the voltage level or current level. So a galvanometer is basically what? An indication device is a current indicating device. The device that we use to indicate the flow of current. So when we say moving coil indicator, the moving coil means that it has a coil that is in a magnetic field, and when current passes through that coil, a force is generated and it deflects. The galvanometer will deflect either to left or right, depending on the polarity. So in this galvanometer, we at this level of high school physics, we normally learn the basics of how we convert a galvanometer to measure. We use it to measure or check the different range of current. Can also convert this indicator device, which is galvanometer. Can also use it to design an instrument for measuring what? Voltage. So this is what a galvanometer is all about. So the amount of force or sensitivity of this galvanometer depends on, from theory of electromagnetism, force depends on what? Electromagnetic force. Electromagnetic force depends on the strength of the magnetic field labeled B, and also depend on the current on the conductor, and then also depend on the length of the conductor, then sine of the angle, that's the angle at which the conductor is being placed. Mm? But here we are not just talking about a conductor, we're talking about a coil. So the force experienced by this coil will be what? Number of turns, because it also depends on the number of turns. That means the greater the number of turns, the more the sensitivity, the more the deflection, or the more the force. So number of turns times magnetic field times the current through it times the length of that conductor, sine of the angle of the conductor. So this is what basically a galvanometer is. So in other videos, if you check down, you will now see how we convert a galvanometer to an ammeter. That's a device we use to measure current, different ranges of current. Because here, the full deflection means there's a particular maximum amount of current it can take. So we learn to convert it to an ammeter, which is a device used to measure current, and also learn how to use this galvanometer to convert it to voltmeter so that we can use it to measure voltage. All right. Thank you.